everyone. Today, right now, we're on the last session for today's games. It's November 3, 2020 games. Ang last game, ang fourth game. That's right, fourth game. So, pagod-pagod na yung mga nag-umpisa dyan ng first game. Mag-umpisa ng first game. It will be a dogfight. It is bagay na siya yung tinatawag na prime time game, diba? A lot of people have been calling me, have been texting me, and have been sending me messages. Sino po bang mananalo doon? Sino po bang mananalo doon? And I couldn't answer because, well, number one, I'm busy. Number two, I still couldn't figure it out because it's gonna be a dogfight. So it's gonna be Brgy Ginebra, San Miguel going up against Alaska Aces. So let's look at these two teams muna. Let's start with Brgy Ginebra. Brgy Ginebra is coming off 2 back-to-back losses. Talo sila sa Magnolia. After losing to Magnolia, they lost to Rain or Shine. While going up against Alaska, Alaska is at 5 wins and 3 losses. So Alaska has more wins, but Alaska has more losses as well. Alaska is coming off back-to-back wins naman. Back-to-back silang panalo. First, they came off against Terra Firma. And then after beating Terra Firma, ang tinalo naman nila is yung Phoenix. So, let's take a look back at these two games, at these two teams saglit. So, again, Ginebra needs this win para magstay sila doon sa top 4. Alaska needs this win para pasok sila doon sa top 4, at least currently, diba? And that will really help Alaska out because they already got 5 wins. Silang dalawa lang ng talk and text, merong 5 wins. They get this win, they will go up and they will have 6 wins. So, both teams sobrang halaga ng game na to. Walang pwedeng, sige, okay lang, we can do this, bawi tayo. Walang ganon kasi talaga, obviously, both teams would want to stay in top 4 for them to enjoy yung back-to-back, yung twice to beat advantage. Now, let's start with Ginebra. What's going on with Ginebra? After having a 4-0 start, one of the untouchables, kumbaga, yun ang iniisip ko noon, Ginebra versus Talk and Text kasi pareho silang walang talo and everything, but Ginebra, all of a sudden, nagkaroon sila ng 2 talo, magkasunod pa. So, after 4-0, nag-4-2 na agad sila. So, what's going on? Nung sa Magnolia, at one point, they were already up by 10 points, di ba? Third quarter. And all of a sudden, they couldn't score. They couldn't make a basket. Now, yung last time naman, it's Rain or Shine, against Rain or Shine. Their game is a bit much better. At some point, lumalamang naman sila papuntang dulo. It's just that they couldn't close it. And for me, on that game, masyadong matagal yung bola sa kamay ni Stanley Pringle. And I don't think there was much help doon sa bench, you know. Ilang beses atang naputokan ng 24-second shot clock violation si Stanley Pringle. Yung iba naman sobrang forced shot na talaga. But then I don't know, with that kind of setup, nadinig mo lahat. Even your bench teammate can just simply shout, "Hey, 2 seconds na lang." But nobody was actually telling Stanley, I don't know, the body English of Brgy Ginebra was so down during that game. Para bang lupay-pay sila, para bang they're so demotivated, at least for me, ha? Kasi normally mapapasigaw ka na, hey, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Especially English speaking yung kakampi mo. For sure, sisigaw ka niyan, 3, 2, 1, but no. Ilang beses, Stanley Pringle didn't know that it was already the shot clock was already about to expire. So for me, a lot of errors nangyari sa 24-second shot clock violation and doon sa mga forced shots nila towards the end. Now dito sa Alaska, what has happened? Diba? After starting very poorly with 0 win and 2 losses, na-figure out nila yung game nila and now coming off a back-to-back victory. And magkataong yung dalawang panalo na yon, it's the same person who is the best player of the game. No bias, it's the muscle man, Vic Manuel. Now, Vic Manuel, kung titignan natin, hindi siya starting 5, di ba? That's what makes him a little bit better as compared to others kasi hindi siya starting 5. Pumapasok siya normally end of first na siya or sometimes even second quarter na, but he still is able to produce a lot of points, a lot of rebounds. Siya yung tumatapos ng game, and he still produces a lot. It's just hard. It's just hard to do that. You know, papasok ka, second quarter na lang, towards na ng first. Ang hirap nun. When I was in high school, kung di ako starting five, parang depressed na ako buong araw. So, ang hirap ng disiplina. Meron si Muscleman. Alam niya yung role niya. Alam niya yung minutong ibibigay sa kanya. It's all good for him. Why am I saying so? It's not gonna be all good for him kung hindi ganun kaganda ang laro niya. One won't be able to produce that much if his mindset is not that good or is not that sound. So, Alaska having a very good ride, while Ginebra is having a downslide. So, what's gonna happen? That adds to the drama that we have later on. Honestly, if we would take a look at the papers, lalamang naman talaga Ginebra, no? With the skills, with the experience, with the coaching capacity, they have one of the best, if not the best, team coach. While we have, on the other hand, kahit sa Alaska, we have Jeffrey Carriazo, who's actually having his just second conference ata, di ba? Naka-isang conference siya last time. So medyo bagitong-bagito pa si Jeffrey Carriazo yan in terms of coaching, di ba? So in terms of coaching, lalamang talaga Ginebra. In terms of skills, you know, they have Pringle, they have Tenorio, they have Japet Aguilar. Man, the team's crazy. Parang San Miguel na nga rin to kung sakali, di ba? So lamang talaga ang San Miguel sa skills. Now, if we would take a look at the momentum, obviously, Alaska has it right now. Alaska has the momentum because Alaska has just won twice back-to-back, and they're having 5 wins already. Diba? Konti na lang kailangan nila, malamang sa malamang. They already have that thinking na, hey, you know what, kaya natin itong top 4. While on the other hand, San Miguel might have a different kind of mind structure. Like, hey, you know what, we've been losing, diba? I know in the interviews, they're saying na, hey, you know what, we just lost and all. Our momentum hasn't been touched. It's crazy. I don't know if that's true, but I haven't met anyone na natalo ng 2 beses at okay lang. Baliwala. Walang epekto sa akin. I don't know. I don't think that's true. Maybe what they're saying is that, they would still go out there, they would still be able to fight in the same way, but yung parang walang epekto siya at all, man, that's just so crazy. I'm not gonna buy that shit. So, momentum-wise, I'm gonna pick Alaska. And another thing that I'm gonna put Alaska on the edge of is sa lalim ng kanilang bench. Sa lalim ng kanilang bench, marami kasi yung options si Jeffrey Carriazo. Again, nabanggit ko rin to sa one of the videos before. They have Publico, they have Marcelino, na bihirang-bihira natin makita. But if you are watching an NCAA fan, kasi baka UAAP fan kayo, masyado kayong mayaman. If you are following NCAA, you know how Publico and how Marcelino play. But then, bangko sila sa Alaska. Anytime they would be given an opportunity and a chance, si Publico pinapasok din naman kasi ni Carriazo, pero 1 minute, 2 minutes lang. Literal na pangpahinga lang sa mga bigs na minsan. Pero I'm really looking forward na mabigyan ng pagkakataon yung dalawang yon. And hindi mababangko yung ganun kabata at ganun kagaling kung hindi malalim ang bench ni Jeff. So, ganun ko pinapakita na malalim ang bench ng Alaska, especially for the guard position. They have Carriazo, they have Herndon, Galigues, they have Ayaay. It's crazy, marami. So, I know, again, skill-wise, mas mataas ang skills ng Ginebra because Pringle ba naman, di ba? Pang-Asian na nga yan eh. They have Pringle, they have Tenorio, another person who has gone overseas, who has gone and represented Gilas. But, again, how far can they go? Diba? Kita natin at one point napagod na rin si Pringle. Tenorio, nagkakaedad na rin siya even though he is awarded the Ironman Award. Yung Alaska, mas marami sila eh. Mas fresh yung legs sila. Mas maganda ang ikot nila. And again, may Marcelino pang nakatago. So, in any case, kailanganin, diba? And, matangkad pa yon. Matangkad din yung Marcelino. Hindi naman siya bastang guard na lang. Si Galigues lang ata yung talagang sobrang liit doon na even I am taller than him. Now, so patingin ko, since mas magaling ang guards ng Ginebra, pero mas maganda rotation ng guards ng Alaska, they would just cancel each other out. So, taking a look naman dun sa small forward, I guess it's gonna be a matchup of Tolentino, who is a rookie, a super rookie from FEU, going up against Geronte. Arvin Tolentino has impressed me so far. Napakaganda ng pinapakita ni Arvin Tolentino so far. So, hindi ko nga rin masyado gets bakit ng mga previous couple of games parang hindi ganun kadami yung minutong nilaro niya. I'm not really updated kung injured siya or something, but during their wins, ang ganda. Lagi siyang starting five, he's having 3-point shots, he is having some drives, he's having some end ones. Pero again, lately medyo parang limited yung time ni Arvin Tolentino. I'm not sure why. Now, on the other team, it's Geronte. Geronte has been performing very well. He has even scored 25 points at one game. Pero lately din, even though nagpapanalo yung Alaska, medyo na-minimize yung laro ni Geronte. And there's just one thing na na-notice ko kung bakit. Geronte keeps on firing 3-point shots, and Geronte is simply not a 3-point shooter. He can make perimeter shots, but definitely not 3-point shots. Well, not literal ha. Siyempre, sa 10 tira ba naman sa 3 points, may papasok din dyan. Pero yung talagang 3-point shooter siya, no. So I hope Jeron realizes that. I guess this is like the second or third time that I'm saying this. Para namang naririnig niya, no, diba? But come on, Jeron. Go and drive to the basket. That is your strength. Whenever you do that, I'm sure your opponents are afraid because you are a strong man. Ang galing mo kumuha ng foul. You are a very decent free throw shooter, and you can finish in the basket very well. At one point in your high school, remember, you scored 100 plus points in a game. Hindi you score ng ganyan ng mahinang katawan. So please, Jeron, quit doing those 3-point shots unless marunong ka na at kasing galing mo na si JV Casio. Okay, so sa small forward, I guess that's gonna be the matchup unless ilagay ng Ginebra sa small forward si Thompson or si Marcelino. But either way, I guess I would be putting Geronte nalalamang doon sa side na yon because again, Geronte is just bigger and stronger, and if only Jeron would actually play wisely, Jeron definitely has better skill set, even either Tolentino or Marcelino. Both Tolentino and Marcelino, they both are workhorses, but man, the skill set of Geronte, no disrespect sa kanyang tatay na si Robocop, pero lamang na lamang po si Jeron. So dito po uuwi for me ang mangyayari dyan is sa bigs. Let's look at Ginebra. Who are their starting centers? Well, it's either Caperal or Japet, diba? Now they have power forwards in Joe Devance naman, diba? So lapad ni Joe Devance if someone needs to be defended, and then si Joe Devance at andyan si Jared Dillinger, parehong kaliwete. Literal po yun ha, I don't mean anything. Kasi talagang mga south pa sila, kaliwete talaga sila. So, meron silang again, Caperal and Japeth, or, and sa 4, Dillinger and Devance. So those 4. Now for Alaska, who are their bigs? Starting 5 nila, malamang sa malamang, it's gonna be Abu Tratter ang magsisentro. And it's gonna be Barcelona. Ebonia, na actually palitan sila. Nalilito na rin ako sa laro nila kung sinong 5, sinong 4 dun sa dalawa. Depende syempre kung sino yung dinedepensan sa kabila. So most likely it will be Ebonia and Tratter who would start off. And then we have the muscle man, Vic Manuel. And we have Publico who can be used as well. So ang hirap nitong mangyayari na to mamaya, sa totoo lang. Depende kasi kung ma-execute ni Muscleman yung ginagawa niya. Ang nangyayari kasi kay Muscleman, if he'll be able to play the same way that he did yung past 2 games, Alaska would win, diba? Ang nangyayari kasi kay Muscleman, mangangapa siya sa perimeter. He would take a shot or a couple of shots. If he makes that shot, notice him, if he makes those 2 shots or 1 shot, the defense would start collapsing at him, and it will be very easy for him to drive to the basket, go and have end ones. But on those previous losses ng Alaska, pag hindi may pasok ni Vic Manuel ang kanyang perimeter, pipilitin niya na sa loob. Kasi talaga namang sa loob siya. He just added that arsenal para maka-attract ng depensa. Ipipilit niya na doon sa loob, and once Vic Manuel, or once, I love you Vic, sorry. once Vic Manuel forces it inside, it's gonna be very hard. Kasi even though he is a power forward, he is a short power forward, di ba? Jody Vance mas matangkad dyan kay Vic Manuel. Mas malapad dyan kay Vic Manuel. Pag ipinilit ni Vic yan, yeah, he's got the hops, he's got the laterals, pero minsan naaabot, nabubutot. Kasi hindi naman ganun katangkaran si Vic. So, what I'm trying to say is kung papasok ang perimeter ni Vic Manuel, it's gonna be a good night for Alaska for sure and highly likely they would win. But if Ginebra would be able to check Vic, Alaska is in deep trouble. Another question is, will Caperal be the same Caperal that he has been for their first 2 wins? Or will Caperal be the Caperal that he has been dun sa dalawa nilang talo? Dun sa 4 nilang talo, Caperal was just waiting for the game to get into him. Dun sa dalawa nilang talo, pinipilit na Caperal maging Caperal. So, what I'm trying to say is pinipilit niya pumasok yung laro. Talagang pinipilit niya na yung tira. Minsan it's not an easy shot. He will still try to take it. And I'm sure the pressure is getting on him already. Teams are starting to collapsing on him because of what he has shown for the past 4 games. So, those are the questions that I have in mind as well. Japeth Aguilar. Japeth Aguilar has shown maybe a couple of games wherein he is still the Japeth. And it's not like, he's injured or he has busted his knee or something. Wala naman. Pero medyo nabawasan kasi yung minutes ni Japeth, di ba? And for the start of the season, although hindi ganun kagandahan yung laro ni Japeth, okay lang kasi maganda naman yung laro ni Caperal nga. So, yun din isa kong question. How will Japeth perform later on? Diba? And will Caperal perform? Because if Caperal would perform, halos hindi na ganun kakailangan si Japeth eh. But if Caperal would have a hard night as well, Japeth needs to step up. Diba? Wala akong problema kay Jared Dillinger, who workhorse, he scores and then he rebounds. Kay Jody Vance, ganun din naman natin inaasahang umiscore ng marami si Jody Vance. But in terms of defense, rebounds, those 2 power forwards ng Ginebra, wala tayong problema. Sa Alaska, another question, Ebonia. Bartley Ebonia has been awarded the Rookie of the Week award nung nag-best player siya. He has shown that he can score. That kid can score. Medyo kailangan lang talaga niya magdagdag ng weight. Sana bawasan niya yung weight ko, kainin niya yung weight ko papunta sa kanya. Because man, tinutulak-tulak siya dun sa ilalim at talagang halos maawa ko. Buti maganda yung balance ng tao. Siguro nag-apply to sa Miyagi-Do sa Cobra Kai. Kaya ang ganda ng balance niya. Yeah, sorry for the corny joke. But ang ganda ng balance, hindi lang siya natutumba. Pero makikita ko halos palagi na lang siyang masubsob-subsob. Kasi kayang-kaya siyang itulak-tulak. But he has the balance to take the shot. So, if Ebonia, I'm sure the trainers are able to see that naman. If the trainers would be able to bulk up him some weight up, man, it's gonna be scary. Pero kung if he would keep that kind of weight, sobrang payat and everything, hindi ganun siya magiging effective kapag ang kalaban niya ay Junmar. Diba? Paano pag Junmar kalaban mo? Paano pag Stan Hardinger? Baka po lumipad yung baga ni Ebonia. So, those are the questions that I have na hindi ko alam kung ano mangyayari. So basically, ang mangyayari dito is kung sino yung lalamang sa big, sino yung magiging effective sa paint na bigs natin, then I guess, and most likely, that's gonna be the winner. I'm picking Alaska though, but for safety reasons, syempre, we're talking about predictions here because some of you guys are actually trying to put some money on it or trying to bet something on it. Then let's put some plus on Alaska. I'm betting Alaska on it, but again, for safety purposes, put some plus 4 will be enough. Kung available ang plus 5, then go right ahead para mas safe. Again, I'm picking Alaska plus 5 over Ginebra for tonight's main event. Before we go, I just wanna say thank you for kay Arnold Sipin. Arnold Sipin for sending me the shout outs for the happy birthday. Maraming salamat din, Arnold. Maraming din salamat kay Rafael Aninion sa kanilang mga birthday greetings. Kay Philip John Tadeo, shout out to you, Philip. Salamat sa mga inyo, pre, kasi buti pa kayo nga nakabati eh. Yung ibang mga friends like for years, man. People just sometimes forget. So these greetings, sobrang naiyak na ako, joke lang. Sobrang salamat talaga. So you guys don't know how these mean to someone. kapag kababati tayo. And nevertheless, I still accept gifts. My GCash is still working. Kung sakali lang naman. Kung sakali lang naman. Alright, so sana manalo kayo mamaya. At sana manalo kayo mamaya. Tapos alam na po. Okay, so again, kidding aside, ingat po tayo. Wala na pong bagyo. Maraming salamat.